Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Chess Masters. Today we're looking at the opening that beat Magnus Carlsen.
Hello everybody.
This game was Episenko versus Carlsen, and Carlsen lost this one. Yes, he is the world champion, but he doesn't win every game. And today, we're going to show you how to play this opening just like Episenko did, and how you can win using this opening, just like the Magnus Carlsen lost. Here we go. It starts out with e4. Episenko has a strong opening move, the most common. Everybody always plays this. And Magnus goes for the Sicilian. I'll just flip the board here so you can see it from Magnus's point of view. Sicilian, we made a video about this. You can go ahead and check that out, but pretty much what it does is it controls the center from the side. I mean, a more common move might be something like e5 because it controls these two squares, but this square is not necessarily something that black's looking to control in the opening, so of course c5 is perfectly normal and perfectly fine. Right, Episenko goes knight f3, then d6, d4, takes, and knight attacking the pawn on e4. This is just a simple developing move. It attacks the pawn, but if you're a grandmaster, you know that this is just inviting knight c3 here. So I wouldn't give this 100% on Magnus, but then again, who am I to grade Magnus Carlsen's moves? Alright, so knight c3, and then a6. This is a peculiar move, but you can see that white had a ton of pressure on this square b5. The bishop was going there, the knight was going there, this knight was going there, so all the pieces were pretty much aimed there. So for Magnus, I think a6 was pretty much a necessity here if you don't want to go into a check and any potential devastating attacks. And in fact, if I'm calculating this correctly, after bishop to d7, this bishop can stay there forever unless a6 is played. Alright, so moving on, bishop to e2. And we're just looking at the opening today, but you can already see how much more space white has. So right here, this is just a simple developing move. You can go to d3, I suppose, but you kind of are blocked in by your own pawn. You could go to c4, but you're risking some attacks here with b5, or something like e6 and d5, which is a stronger idea, and e6 was actually played. So good thing this bishop stayed here. And now, the final two moves, the bishop comes here to go for the center. Notice we're just kind of solidifying these areas. The bishops are standing next to each other. This is always very powerful as they create kind of a wall. And you see this in the two bishops checkmate, if you're familiar with that. The king will never be able to get through this kind of wall. Alright, so you can see this says 0, 0, 0, which means this is apparently a draw. But then Magnus plays this, which, in my opinion, doesn't look like a very strong move. You're developing, sure, but why not take out a knight like this? And even let your bishop play. Maybe you could play something like b6, bishop b7, or just go bishop to d7 right away. Now, I understand Magnus is trying to castle here, but I feel like these pieces are going to be stuck on the back rank for a while. So that's the opening that beat Magnus Carlsen. You can see the evaluation, the Stockfish JS Depth 20 engine is telling you that they're winning only by a hair here. And obviously his openings don't make everything, but this is the opening that beat Magnus Carlsen. This was played in the Tata Steel recently. So yeah, congratulations to Episenko for beating the world champion. And feel free to use this opening in your game. Just because grandmasters use it doesn't mean you can't. You can easily reach that level against lower rated opponents, and this is definitely a very strong opening and strong enough for you to use in your games. So just to endorse, this is the Sicilian Defense Najdorf variation, and it's really strong for white, develops very quickly, it opens the king to castling. Notice that white is way ahead in development, and white is winning. Thanks for watching. I'm Yanni Astronaut, out.